Nope, I don't know what you're talking about. Totally don't see anything there. Nah. You got here a little quicker than I was able to finish. Doing all right, Dan? Good. Doing one of my specialties today. And I'm going to get ready to start here in just a minute. Trying to remember if there was something else I was missing. I don't think so. I do this differently every single time. Okay, things in a specific order. And I cooked this in a pan that has had meat in it recently. Now that sounds strange, but the reason being is that it's for someone who is indie. I'm going to be sharing it with him. There's a special thing going on right now. I don't remember what it is, but there's a special thing. Yeah. So I'll do it this way. It's fine. Welcome in. Actually, that's good enough. I'll let cue right there. We'll just go ahead and get started. Got a couple of gnats in here. Kind of annoying. All right. Well, welcome in, everybody. Oh, so the camera got shifted a little bit. Vacuum hose attachment. We'll get them. Yeah. It's only like one or two left. There was a couple. They got in from the outside near the trash can. All right, welcome in everybody. Today we are doing one of my favorite types. I found one new recipe and I'm going to do this one a little differently because I always like doing these differently every time. So we are going to start off today with doing a red curry, a Thai red curry. This one is going to have our bamboo shoots and our baby corn and some peppers and some snow peas and carrot. I actually found some decent carrots too. Got that little hook in it. We got some jasmine rice. We got our coconut milk. I got some special chili garlic sauce. This is the hot stuff. It's all in Chinese. We got some garlic. I don't have galangal, but there is galangal in our high-grade curry paste. We got some garlic. We got some lime, white onion, and tofu. We're gonna do the extra firm tofu in the pan. Can't read it means it's good. Well, the thing is, I've also bought some. I guess we can call these egg noodle pods or something like that. These are the good ones. These are one of the good ones. But the thing is, on the back, it has a warning label that says causes cancer. So I don't know if it's the bag or what, but the ingredients say that it's not anything other than wheat flour and there's pentasodium triphosphate, but I don't know what that is. But that's it. It's wheat and eggs. It's only in California. Okay. Well, we're not in California, so we should be safe. Right? So for this one today, this is just going to be a kind of a generic process rather than a specific recipe. I am entirely winging this one, and we're going to just make ourselves some rather spicy Thai red curry. We will be doing so with a little gusto. I'm going to try to do this a little quicker. We had our first failure with our pan. You remember our $6 pan? You can see the bottom of it there. So what's happened is that they said that it was a seasoned pan. It wasn't seasoned. It was painted. So I scrubbed all of it out and I did some oil burn in. So we're going to use it with the oil burn in. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to start off by getting our tofu ready, and we're going to get that done right now. It's still a carbon steel pan. It still only costs like $6. I am not overly worried about it. If the treatment's not great, we can always improve it. How you doing? Welcome in. Alright. No, not everybody likes using this, but I like using the extra firm for the stir fry kind of stuff. The firm or the silken can be used, but I guess I'm a little bit too heavy-handed because it crumbles too much for me. I'm trying to get these, well-shaped bits. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and cut it in half. Cut it in half again. Then cut it in half again. Then cut it in half again. And again. And again. There goes one more. Then cut it in half this way. I'm not going to do the fancy triangles today. Watch your fingers. There we go. So we're just going to do cubes. Right now they're very wet cubes. We need to dry these out. Just chilling, currently trying to make yourself some dinner. Oh, now's a convenient time for that, isn't it? All right, I'm not going to go through a whole rigmarole about how to paper towel dry and everything else. We are just going to take a dryer fresh kitchen towel. We go squeeze it. One of your work chefs. We're just going to squeeze out the water. Being that it's extra firm, I can put a little extra pressure. Is there a reason we're... Oh, learn how to flambe. Okay. I don't think I've needed to do that just yet. I'm going to press it a little bit more. You can do a couple of different techniques for this. Now you can see I already put too much pressure on it. I kind of crushed it a little bit. But I think that's sufficient. We're going to put a little salt on there. Pepper. A lot of fresh ground. Always fresh ground. Kind of pat it in there a little bit. Also, some cayenne. It'll go well with our curry. Now we'll just take this one and set it over by the pan because we're going to go do this one first, but we'll not do it right this moment. Next up, let's go ahead and start prepping our veggies. The amount of ginger and garlic and everything else is completely up to you. In my case, I'm a little less fond of ginger and a little more fond of garlic. And if you want to be lazy, you can use garlic ginger paste, but that's up to you. Now, I had already partially skinned it. This is the one we've had in the fridge for a week or two. So we're going to go ahead and use this one up today. I'm just taking the front end of the spoon here and taking off all of the skin. We'll need this for 2 or 3 of the recipes today, so we're just going to use it all up. See how easy that is? That works very, very well. Thank you, Boo Boo, for that one. Flambe lamb chops. Oh, getting fancy, huh? I might do another one like that sometime soon. So for this one, we need small bits, just chopped bits. I'm going to put about that much in it. That's probably more than I usually do. More than enough. We should be good. How's the... No, not cute. What you doing? Don't start that. This week's been pretty hectic, to be honest. It's been very, very hectic. A lot of work. But I'm doing all right. I can get my way through it. I may be low on steam, but I'm not out yet. All right, so there is our garlic, our elephant garlic. I'm just going to take the nub at the end off here. Now, we don't need all of this garlic for this. I may end up using it though, just for the fun of it. This is going to make a lot of curry. We probably should also take our rice there and go ahead and get that started in the rice cooker. I'm not going to do it the old-fashioned way today. We don't have a ton of time. You think keep fire? Yeah, I would. If you're doing it on a pan with a lid, though, all you really need is the lid. You can just drop the lid right on top of it. Good. I still have some open jasmine. Grab our little $30 rice cooker here. Just fine. A little bit of leftover starch in here. Happen to notice it. Alright. I'm going to make about 2 cups today. And we need about 2 cups of water. Well, 1.5. You don't need quite as much 1 to 1 there. Put that down, hit the white rice button, and we are good to go there. So our rice is going. Hey, Safety! Fine making the goods. I will admit I know how basic, somewhat intermediate. Well, hey, I'm glad to know that there's at least some people out there that like to do it. And at whatever level you think you're at, just enjoy it. Because I can tell you, I've done so many recipes now, and every time I do one of them, I end up changing it just a little bit. And every time, almost every time, it's better. And I am perfectly happy with that kind of a result. I've had no schooling. I've had to do this the hard way. The only schooling I've had is doing it the hard way. One garlic clove. We got more than we did out of the ginger. Can't cook, period. Air fryer and microwave's about it. Best way to learn, yeah. Okay. Next up, let's get our carrot. Peel that, and then we're going to cut it crosswise. Get that weird bend in it for your culinary pleasure. Cutting bias. We're just going to cut it at a very steep angle. And thin. We're going to need this for 2 recipes today too, so we can cut a good bit. Carrots and butter. That's easy enough, isn't it? A little honey to it. All right, there we go. We got some relatively thin slices. I made a few of them a little too thick. Now we've got our little peppers here. I got the little peppers because, well, the big peppers were a lot more expensive today. Of course, I also noticed that there's a bunch of dum-dums that apparently didn't learn anything from 2020. And they are buying up toilet paper again. Yep, that's right. The toilet paper wars of 2020 have returned. Able to absorb the flake, right? I love how those lies are going all over the place. All right, these are a little small for me to do the usual little trick. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of cut into the edge near the center. We'll see if we can grab it. Nope. Doesn't work that way on these. So we'll just do it the hard way. It's fine. On the bigger peppers, we can just grab it, pull. And we still want to use these like they're strips. So we're going to cut these into little strips. You don't want any seeds. Watch your fingers. I think all the water's down by now. Now it's just the other problems. So we're going to open it up. grab the chunk. Hey, that one worked. We're going to try to use the orange and red ones for this. They're a little sweeter, and we want a little bit of sweetness to go with the spicy, because this is going to be spicy. This is not going to be mild. That curry paste is strong, and I'm adding ginger, the garlic chili powder, the garlic chili sauce as well. I'm paying attention to chat, watching my fingers, and talking at the same time. Some of these peppers are starting to get a little old. I didn't look quite as closely, I guess, as I should have, but there were like 4 other people waiting too. The peppers take a little longer to cook than our soft veggies and our carrots. And onions take a little longer than that. We're going to do them in that order. We're going to get the onions first, and then our garlic and ginger. Those are about the same. This particular type of recipe really is more about the prep. It's just really about the prep. It takes a little while. Deep dish pizza? Wait a minute, what was the garlic scallion sauce for if you're eating pizza? Now, if you want to add meat to this, of course, easy to do. Can you use for anything? Oh, okay. You're just using them up before they go bad. I got you. That's what I'm doing with the ginger over here. So we're going to have a nice, colorful red sauce. We're going to have red, yellow, and orange peppers and our carrots. And we're going to have some white onion, which I'm going to have just a few strips of. We're not going to have a lot of this. I guess I can talk, well, we'll get another bowl. It's fine. I think that's enough. Every time I sit and look at things like this and I say, it's not enough, it always is too much. So today we're gonna follow our exact opposite of our instincts. Now I do have white onion for this. This white onion's a little bit more punchy. Funky? No, not funky, punchy. Welcome in, Droid. How you doing? All right, we are going to cut this one north to south because we want strips this time. So we're just going to drive our knife right on through. And we'll set this off to the side. Doing ice, the mouth is numb and can't talk. I hope that's not because the teeth are hurting. I used to do that. I'm not going to use all of this, but I'm going to go ahead and cut it. There we go. Done just like ice, good. That's what I want to hear. I used to do that too. All right, so we're getting some nice little strips here. I like to have these in kind of a texture and a visual kind of thing. We want strips, but not huge ones. Those are a little bit on the big side right there. They'll be all right. Pull them loose off of the core. As I said, we're going to be just sort of adding this stuff as we go and just kind of judging it by sight and smell. There's our onions. Now I'm going to get a couple more things ready here, and then we can get started. Oh, I've still got snow peas here. Might be getting a little feedback off some speakers here. Let me turn that down. There we go. I know when they get that loud, they start to have some feedback. Don't think these have any strings on them. No. So I'm just going to trim the tips and anything that needs to be trimmed off. We'll put these in at the same time as our carrots. We're basically going to make a simmer sauce out of it. I know I'm not winning any speed contests. I'll just try to line them up as best I can and trim the tips. It's a lot faster than doing them one at a time, right? Any more? Oh, that's all of them. Okay. So we need our lime for later. We don't need that right now. So we're going to get our cans open and drained and get those ready. There's still one more little gnat running around and it's annoying me. These are bamboo shoots. We're going to use some of these, but not all of them. I love using these, but the problem is I never use them all, and I end up wasting them. Oh, I hate that. Got baby corn. Now these Mayeri cans do not have the shrimp paste in them. So for those of you that don't want meat or don't like shrimp paste, you can use these. I checked the ingredients list on it. Personally, I like the shrimp paste, but according to certain people, that's like, what did he call it? White people kryptonite? I don't know. Doesn't bother me. Alright, this has got the coconut cream in it. Normally they would tell you to skim it off and just use the milk. Well, guess what? That's not how I do things. Not for this kind of sauce. We're going to use it full. This is the full fat, full everything. We are using it like that. Our garlic chili paste. Have that off to the side as a little adder today. Like a little as we go. So that is it. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go over to the stove. We're going to cook our tofu first. We'll get that out. Then we will start working on some of our harder veggies. Drop in our paste. Fry that up for a minute or so. And then start making up our sauce. Are we ready? Well, let's get to the stove, shall we? So we're going to start off with some oil. We're going to get this up to kind of a medium high. I used up almost all of my frying oil last time. We're going to use up all of the sunflower oil this time. Most all of it. That's fine. I have a couple of bottles of everything. Using up the old ones first is good. We're going to drop that tofu in face down. And we'll put a little seasoning on the back, not much. There's a lot of cayenne on there. Garlic, ginger, onion, by your powers combined. Now, normally for a curry like this, you use 2 tablespoons of red curry paste. Unless you're not used to it, that should be your limit. I'm putting in the whole can. So just beware. Yes, that's correct. The whole can. In all honesty, I may just make up another batch of sauce tomorrow. Might have to go back to the store and get some. Just so I can use up the veggie. We're going to get that good and hot. We want that oil to smoke a little bit. That's a higher temperature oil. All right, it's down to about 5 or 6 minutes. Now, for the rest of the show today, we've also got 2 other recipes. We've got a chicken egg noodle stir fry known as pad mi long, and tom yum goong, which is hot and sour lemongrass shrimp soup. The only substitute I'm doing for this one is the galangal. I can't get it, so I have to use ginger. But I got the mother load today. I went to a local Vietnamese store, and I managed to find most of the things that the stores around here don't have. So we have Thai basil, and we have the things that we need. Okay, here we go. If you gotta do this in batches, do it in batches. Woo! Be very careful of your fingers. All right, I got just enough oil in there to keep them loose. There we go. That's all of it. Now we're just going to add a little bit of salt and pepper. I'm not going to lie to you, I'm going over my sodium on this. These other 2 recipes involve fish sauce and oyster sauce. Both have way more sodium than I'm allowed to have. So you're going to see me using less of it, but I'm still going to use it. That's tofu safety. Remember, this first dish is a vegetarian one. Our second one will be chicken, and our third one will be shrimp. And actually, I'm going to be making some shrimp. I'm going to be making the rest of the shrimp to add to this one for myself, for my part. Thinking about sushi. Oh, these are already ready. Yeah. What's that beeping? Hold the the rice is ready. I don't want to slosh this around with that much oil in there. I need to be careful. I am going to treat it like bacon. We're going to put that tofu down on a couple of paper towels. Let them drain. Come on, turn. This is why you generally use chopsticks for this. Go, Dad. Welcome in. Hello, hello. Yep, we just got started too. We're doing the first part of the first dish. About ready to pull that off. I don't want to cook it too much. Hey, Brew. Yes, it is. The first part of this dish is tofu, yes. We don't have any chicken today. Otherwise, I'd be cooking chicken. I am going to do chicken for the next one, but this one, no. Yeah, they're looking pretty good. I could probably go a little longer, but I think that's good enough for right now. Like I said, we're going to soak them in the sauce and cook them in the sauce too, so I want them to absorb it, not be sealed from it. All right, there we go. That should be good. I'll pull that off the side. We're going to use the oil that we have to get our onions going. I think that ought to do it. The air's a little spicy. Now with our onions, we're going to soften them up just a little bit. And then we're going to tap in some garlic and ginger. Apparently a good bit of that cayenne got into the oil. I'm going to fluff up the rice too. Okay. In goes the ginger. Most of the garlic. You only want to cook it until it's aromatic, where you can smell it. Grab a spoon. Okay, I can smell the ginger. I can smell the garlic. So that's where we're going to go from there. Here comes our curry paste. I forgot our peppers too. That's all right. Here comes our milk. Full fat coconut milk. Don't use the light. Sauce will come out terrible. I'm going to bring this up to a simmer. This is going to be a saucy one, but spicy. That's a large heaping, yeah. Usually you use about half the can. But if I use less, it's just not going to come out right. Now, one thing I did fail to mention was to add a little bit of lemon juice. Oops. If you want to be a little more authentic about it, you can grab some kaffir lime leaves if you can find them. Some places they're very available, but here they're not. I might have one in the freezer. Let me see. Yeah, I got a few. Luckily, they're very, very dry now, so they should be usable. Alright, our sauce. Oh my gosh, that just flared up a lot of smell. It just bloomed. Use them if you got them. Let's bring all this. I totally forgot I wasn't going to use that much carrot, but that's okay. We're going to let that simmer for about 5, 6, 7 minutes, and then we're going to add in our tofu and let that mix in. You can wing these a little bit, it ain't going to hurt. I'm bringing the temperature down just a little bit. I don't want it to scorch. Doesn't that look good already? You're going to have to get some stuff for curry this week? Sari? Was that an actual bot? Did anybody catch it? It was? Okay. is still simmering a little hot. Turn it down twice. I want it to thicken up, but not thicken up before the veggies are cooked. There's a whole host of things you can use in this type of a recipe. You can do the exact same thing with green curry as well. You just get that green curry with a little bit of red dots in it, It's very tasty. I've got the temperature down to medium, a little bit below the standard. I'll mix in the tofu in a minute. At least they cleared out my sinuses, right? This is an easy recipe. It really is. Thai red, Thai green, as long as you're not super picky about it, you can do very well, very quickly. Remember when the elderly lady that used to run the Thai restaurant near work retired, and I asked her for some of the recipes, and she's just like, "You can use any recipe you want online. All of them are gonna be great. All you need to do is just take the time to learn how to do it." And she was right. Absolutely. We got about a minute left on that. I'm going to taste it, and then I'll decide what we need to do. You know, one thing I do need to do is open the curtain because it is getting hot in here already. I'm just prepping a little more ginger for the next one. I spend too much time chopping stuff. Timer alarm. I'm gonna give that a little quick taste. It's got a pretty good bite. For you all, for most everybody, that is more than enough. For me, a little bit. there. Oh! I just thought of something. I've got something else in the fridge, too. Where'd they go? Oh, there they are. I'll have a couple of these. Let them simmer with the veggies when we put them in. This recipe is not not for the faint of heart. What was that? That was 3 Thai red chilies. Feels like the carrots are starting to soften. I think we're safe to go ahead and add these. That's pretty much it. It is so on fire just looking at that. Instead of using the frozen ones, I got a bag of fresh ones today. We're going to let that cook for about 4 or 5 more minutes. And then I got a little addition at the end. Because I just thought about it. And I know for sure I've got extra. What's Scoville level? 150,000. They're about 3 times stronger than a habanero. Just so that you know, sriracha actually is 90% red jalapeno pepper. They're just ripe jalapenos. That's all they are. Once I find some, I'll make my own sriracha too. It's hard to get any around here that aren't rotten. What? I scaled all the food down for you guys when you were there. I wouldn't do that to you. I know you weren't here for it, Drew, but I've eaten those peppers on camera before. That is getting to the consistency that I like. I think we're about done. See how quick that was? That was enough for 4 people right there. That didn't take us very long at all, did it? All right, let's add in my little touch. Those are mung beans, sprouts.
Discovery Houston, press to ATO.
Liftoff of mission 41B, the first flight of the Ever Discovery, and the shuttle has cleared the tower.
We'll let those sit for a minute.
3, 2, 1, 0, 0. Discovery, go and throttle up.
Discovery's 4 computers now have primary control of critical vehicle function.
There's our first one for tonight. Pizza's pretty good? Good. So there's our first one for tonight. Little pile of sprouts there. And couple of limes. Let me turn that heat off. We've also got a few other things. There you go. I'm going all out whole hog here. getting it done. Getting over that. There's also got a hole. A little Thai basil too, which is supremely hard to find here lately. So there's our first dish for tonight. Hey, Frosticule, welcome in. Hello. So there's our first dish tonight, which also happens to be my dinner. Now let me get that off. We'll get that block off the stove, and we'll start the second one. Our second one, actually, I'm gonna do the chicken dip first, but I think actually what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make soup first. The reason for that is it gives me a chance to box this up and clean. So our next one tonight is a soup recipe I've not tried yet. This is a shrimp soup. Thai shrimp. It's also tom yum. It's going pretty good for us, Q. How are you doing tonight? Doing any better? This one's called tom yum goong, which is hot and sour lemongrass shrimp soup. So we're going to need a few ingredients for this one. My lungs are not cooperating today. We're going to need a couple of Thai chilies. Now we're going to need, they're going to tell you need about 2 to 3 cups of shrimp stock. What I'm going to use is our seafood stock powder for this one. This is our tom yum soup base. It's fairly inexpensive, about $12. We've been using this for about a year. Went on a date. Well, that's pretty quick. Everything go well, I hope? Looks like our powder got a little moist. I guess this is the last time I can use it then. Yeah, it is the last time I can use it. Okay, that's fine. Sleep? Oh, okay. Sounds like it went a little better than that. Okay. We need about 6 medium-sized shrimp and some lemongrass. I bought some raw colossal shrimp for this one. And I got the real lemongrass, not that stuff that they give you for $2 at the grocery store. I got the full stalks. I got a whole bunch of them. Oh, okay. We'll see you later. Good to see you. So we're going to use the bottom half of that stalk. Then we need 4 slices of galangal, which I'm going to have to use the ginger for that. We need some oyster mushrooms. Now I got the soup, the more traditional soup mushrooms for this. They didn't have the other ones. So I got the more traditional soup mushrooms for this one. Now we need some lime juice, some sugar. We need about a little bit of that Thai chili paste that we just had. I'm not sure how much a 1/10 of a cup is, but I'm calling it that much right now. We need some Markfoot lime leaves. Those are your kaffir limes. We need fish sauce, lime juice, and sugar. You got lime juice? We got fish sauce. Sugar? Half a teaspoon, okay. A little bit more than half a teaspoon. It does say white sugar. Specifically white sugar. I'll reprint this recipe, don't worry. I'm going to follow this one to the letter tonight. Except for the steak. We need our Markfoot lime leaves. Which we've got a few of. They're definitely starting to dry out. They look a little sad. That's all I got. All right. So what we need to do is go ahead and start making our shrimp stock and getting our prep done. So we need the bottom 2/3 of our stalk, our lemongrass stalk here. I'm just going to take off the external layer here. Cut the end off. Now this is boiling in the soup. We're not going to leave it in the soup. So what we're going to do is we're just going to crush it a little bit. The flat of our blade. So that it stays intact, but it gets crushed out so that it releases some of the flavor. So we're going to set that over here. Now, about those, let's see how much we need. I don't remember. 1/3 of a cup and a tablespoon and a half. Okay. So we're not doing a tablespoon and a half because it's too much salt for me. Oh, is this the one I've got, or I got it open? Oh, y'all don't understand the resources that I try to keep around. We're going to use a little less because this is basically pure salt. I'm going to use a little bit more than a little bit more than a teaspoon. And for this one, we need about a quarter teaspoon. We're going to have a little bit more. We'll use that much. A couple sprinkles. All right. So we got about 3 stages of cooking for this one. We've got the base ingredient cooking, then we have the mushrooms, and then we have our shrimp. Now, as far as our peppers and things go, let me see here. Never made this one before, so I'm just keeping an eye on my notes here. Smashed and broken in large pieces. Okay. They're not meant to be eaten. Gotcha. So we'll rinse these off and break them up. We'll do the same thing. We're just gonna... Well, that doesn't seem to be working very well. All it's doing is causing the seeds to shoot everywhere. Although they do feel a little bruised, so that'll work. Now, our mushrooms. We're gonna rinse these off. And let me get a bowl for these because these are falling apart. I was just going to break them up and trim them, but it doesn't look like I even need to do that. I'm just going to trim the bottom stem pieces off. These are oyster mushrooms. That's quite a few. I might have to make more soup base. Alright, so there's our mushrooms. Ginger, our peppers. Our chili. A little bit of flavors. Okay. We'll get started. All right, first up is to get our soup base going. So we're going to make about 4 to 6 cups of this. Because I don't know the mix ratios very well, we're gonna cook this and let it taste it. So let's get it up to a kind of a basic steaming boil. Now our other base ingredients will go in first after we get our base soup going. This one does not have garlic in it. I am going to have a little onion. I like having those little onion strips in there. Doing a couple of little cleanup things while we're waiting on that to heat up. That's actually too big of a pot for this one. It's fine. The other one was getting washed. I reduced this recipe originally so it was a little less volume. But I'm just going to go ahead and crank it back up. Since I'm doing that, I need to add a little bit more stuff in it. Gonna add a little bit more chili. I'm gonna go ahead and add a little more salt and a little more sugar. This is ad-libbing at its finest. Is the music still running? Yeah, okay. Okay. That's pretty much all of it. Just haven't got the shrimp ready yet. I'm gonna go ahead and prep the shrimp while we're waiting. It said to add about 6 shrimp to this one. I'm gonna add a little more than that. These are super colossal raw shrimp that have just been deveined. And the tails are still on, so I've got to peel them. Ready? Yep. I just noticed that was still turned down to medium. Oops, my bad. So this is a seafood and mushroom soup. These types of things are pretty common. Served everywhere. Quick colossals are easier to clean, that's for sure. It's too bad these aren't tiger shrimp. These shrimp only go in at the last minute because it only takes them about 2 minutes or less to cook. The heat alone in the soup will be enough to cook it. These are not little shrimp. Suckers are really big. Watching the water boil, timeless classic. Alright. Now that that's coming up, dissolve. Yep, that was the right mix. Okay, you know. That is correct. I just eyeballed it. Here's our aromatics. from the looks of it, I may need to add a little more water. We're just going for broke today, right? Personally, I like to have a little bit of onion in there. The recipe that I used to use had onion in it, and I think I'm going to add some to this one. We just going to violate all the recipes today, right? Salt, and our sugar, and our lime juice. Chili paste. I mentioned that this one's going to be a little hot too. We're just doing hot stuff today. The whole colors just changed. Also just noticed I had 2 spoons. Wow. That just snuck right up on me. A spoon gave birth to another spoon in my hand. Oopsie. Alright, this is supposed to simmer for a little while. So we're going to let it simmer a little while. I am going to add it because it's just wrong without it. We're going to add a little bit of, just a little bit. We're just going to let those boil down until they're nice and soft. We're just going to let this steep. Oh, that smell. Oh, that smells so good. I'm going to add a little water. Not a lot. We're going to let this simmer for about 5 or 10 minutes. We are just ad-libbing the heck out of this stuff, aren't we? Maybe it's just my brain. I got hit with a can of Coke today. It was it's all right though because it was just a soft drink injury. know what else we can do? We can also add the whites off of these little bunch of onions that we got left. So we got a little bit of white onion and a little bit of green onion. There you go. That's it for that. I just chopped up an entire thing of green onions. Getting warm. Warm. I could definitely smell that kaffir lime and the lemongrass. We're actually going to fish those out here in a minute. Does it smell green? It smells very, very much like lime. And there's a definite spice to it. Get some more soon. These have been in the fridge for a while. They're just so expensive. All right, get the lemongrass out. All right, there we go. We've got the soup stock. Oh, I think there's another lime in here. I'm gonna leave the Thai chilies in it. We're gonna turn the heat down for a minute. I want it to just kind of stop simmering for a second. We're gonna add those mushrooms and let them sit there. Hey Teddy, 65-inch TV. Oh my gosh. How are you doing? It's been a little while. We've already finished one dish today. We've got our vegetarian tofu, red curry, very hot and spicy. By very hot, I mean it's like twice as strong as normal. And we are making some tom yum, but it's shrimp. We just got finished their aromatics for adding moisters. It's probably a little more than I've asked for, but you know, it'll be meaty. Let them soak up all that chili. Let them cook at room temperature for a few minutes. And then we'll bring it up to a boil and we'll drop in our shrimp. We got some colossal shrimp. Those only cook until they turn pink. Then we got one more dish today. You can see they're shrinking down just a little bit. Boy, that looks good too. Really good. Back in the job market. Uh-oh. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? Ton of heat out here in the bay. Ah, yeah. It's fairly hot here today too, although not like out there. I know it's like 100 out there, but it's in the 80s here. Still pretty warm. It's been cooler. So I don't know what this is. This is some kind of resurgence of summer. Alright, we got a bare little bit of simmer going on. So we're gonna actually bring this up to a boil now. So we can add our shrimp. And we will be done with this one. I'm going full bowl with this one tonight. Depends on who you talk to. My former manager told me I'm lucky since I no longer have to deal with the drama. Okay. Well, that's what I was going after. Yeah, I got you. Okay. Got a little bit of a boil going on. I think it's time for our shrimp. I think a few more than they asked for. I'm absolutely not going to waste the good shrimp. It's not like I can refreeze them now. You can see that they're already turning pink. They only need to simmer for a couple of minutes. Almost. You're almost there. The stove cools down a little too quickly. We need it to be boiling. Our last recipe today is a chicken egg noodle stir fry called Pad Mi Long. This one's pretty easy. We're going to just chop up some chicken, add a little oyster sauce, some white pepper, white sugar, a little soy sauce, a little bit of bok choy. I couldn't get the veggie that they were asking for. A little bit of onion, another carrot, and some egg noodles. That's pretty much it. This is an easy one. It should take you about 30-40 minutes. That's why I changed my timing just a little bit today, because these are supposed to be easy. Alright. There we go. I'm going to let it cook just a little longer. And we'll get started. I needed a little bit of time so I could clean my wok out. I said wok. Okay, there we go. That's it. We're going to gently try to pour this into the bowl here. There we go. Pop. Something went pop. Okay, there we go. We got just enough. I think we got the right amount this time. Instead of making too much. So there is our soup for today, shrimp soup. Now we've got one more today. I will go ahead and set this over on the side. This one uses Chinese egg noodle. We've got right here. We need 1 big carrot. We need 2 cloves of garlic. Well, of course, we're going to call that a little more than 2 cloves there. We need a tablespoon of sugar and a tablespoon of white pepper and some oyster sauce and chicken and soy sauce and a few other things. Let's go ahead and get those. I got chicken thighs for this one today. Got the skinless ones. Got our oyster sauce and our low sodium soy sauce. We need some onion and some sugar and white pepper. We've already got 1 onion that I was trying to make sure I only needed 1 today. We still got a little garlic ready too. And we need some sugar. We need about a tablespoon this time. I will actually measure it instead of doing my usual. I don't like using this much. All right, that's a little less, but not much. Oh boy, it's getting toasty. We need a 4 teaspoons of white pepper and some bok choy. It's actually calling for choy si yum, but I can't get that. So I got its cousin. Bok choy. Trying to keep things on the plastic so I'm not touching it just yet. Okay, white pepper. I do have that. Assuming this is just to cover the color. It's fine. There we go. Little white pepper. I believe that's about it. Yep, that's it. All right, let me get a picture of this. We're going to end up using about half of those noodles. We're going to need to boil them to al dente. If these were fresh noodles, I'd be steaming them, but they're not. So there we go. So let's go ahead and start measuring out what little bit we got left to measure out and get to chopping. Guess we'll start with our garlic. Okay? Skin on these is very, very thick. Oh my gosh. It doesn't want to come off. There we go. Unless I missed my guess, except for this one, these are keto friendly too. Those of you that are gonna ask that question. There's our garlic. We've still got plenty. We only used 2 cloves tonight. Just 2. Here is the first part of our onion that we were using. Soup. Yeah, this one's supposed to be chopped up for this one. So we'll just chop up what's left. It says about half an onion, so we'll chop this up and then we'll chop up some of the remaining one.
Discovery Houston, press to ATO. Beautiful, beautiful.
I'm cutting across the grain and the layers. It should chop up pretty quickly. All right. Whew. I'd like to just take a second to mention that we have all of our links underneath the stream. So if you're interested in joining the Discord to get the recipes or anything like that, I am a little behind, but I have gotten up to date on the current ones. If you want to do that, you're welcome to do so. You can just use the link under the screen. Just let us know when you get there because we do manual verification. Just verify that you're not a bot and not an art scammer. Because we've run into both of those so far. The bots don't answer. We won't know you're there unless you tell us. We have a Throne link if you're interested. I just put a couple of inexpensive things there, but a couple people have asked if I would do it, so I did. Now with our bok choy, we don't need a whole lot. I'm gonna have to do something with it tomorrow. I don't even really know how much. Let me see. It says 3.5 ounces. I'm not sure how much that is. So I'm going to cut it into strips down to the white part. We'll keep that. Probably a little more than they're asking for. Probably twice what they're asking for. We'll just be careful about how we add it. So there we go. I'm gonna overdo it, aren't I? Alright, as far as our noodles go, we're literally gonna use half of that container. So let me go ahead and get some water boiling so we can get those started, and then we'll chop up our chicken. I want to use a plastic board for that before I open it. Alright, let me get our water boiling. I'm going to pull this off to the side before I do something by accident. Okay. Are we ready for the last one today? Hey man! Welcome in. Get me when I'm getting tired, huh? Yeah, I know you. And to that I say, you know who won the neck decorating contest? Well, me neither, because it was a tie. Okay. Lurking for a while. Alright, we need a couple of amounts of this. I don't remember how much. Let me check. Tablespoon of soy sauce and 2 tablespoons of oyster. This is where I gotta say no a little bit. I'll do the tablespoon of light soy. Because this is much lower sodium. We're not doing 2 tablespoons of oyster. Do a little less. Not much though, because we still need the liquid. All right, we're gonna do around 1.5. That is the end of that one. lose a little bit of the translation. All right, our noodle. These are noodle nests. Just little bundles so you can make small dishes with them. But it's calling for half the package, basically. There we go. Luckily, it's getting down closer to winter, so the humidity's down. We can keep these for a little while. We're going to cook up those noodles and put them in there. And then the rest of this is just sauce. Here. We're getting there. Oh, I gotta eat the chicken. Okay, let me get the chicken. I don't want to do it with the wood board. Go ahead and move some of these so that they're not in the way. I do have the water on high this time, so it's going to take it's still going to take a minute. Made a little bit of a mess tonight, haven't I? We've got 2 really good dishes, and we're going for our third here. We're supposed to have about 7 ounces of chicken. In this case, that's like 2 thighs. And that's really not even 2 thighs, it's less, but I'm going to use 1 big one and 1 small one, and we're just going to trim off the fat. Rinse off all that slime. All right, we want to cut this into relatively small amount, bite-sized chunks. Thighs are going to be more flavorful when it comes to recipes like this. Also half the cost if you're concerned about that. One big one, 1 small one. The rest can go in the freezer. And we can use it again later. I did spend some money today. This was not the cheapest day for streams lately. Today was about $110, but I'm gonna be I'm storing the chicken in the freezer. I've got enough peppers for 2 or 3 more dishes. I've got several cans, several cans. I just got like 4 different cans over there, 5 different cans over there for the paste. A couple other things too. So it wasn't really $100, more like 60 or 50. Set this over here. I'm gonna wash my hands real quick before I put them in the boiling water there. Whew. It's a lot of running around tonight, huh? All right, the water is now boiling. I'm going to go ahead and put our noodles in. Let the water back up to boiling. I'll switch y'all to the stove. We only want these to be al dente. Again, just slightly undercooked, so they're burned. Oh boy. If it's going to foam up, if I'm not careful. I've not used these noodles before. This is a new one. I'm going to let some of that cold night air in. Looks like you're starting to cook. All right, next process. We're gonna add a little water, saute our garlic, add our chicken, then add our soy and oyster sauce, our pepper, and our sugar, and our vegetables. And then lastly, we add in our noodles into the pan, and there you go. Really easy. And then you spend 45 minutes cleaning up the kitchen. You don't want these fully cooked. It's only going to take about another minute or so. They're very small noodles. I'm just going to drain them in the colander like anything else. Almost got splashed. Is their music still going? I love this time of year when it comes to this because in the evening, during the day it was like 77 today, but during the evening it gets down to like 50 real quick, so you can cool the kitchen off in a matter of minutes. These noodles cook very strangely. I've not seen them puff up like that over the water. All right, that's it. That's our limit. We'll dump them out. I'm gonna shock them. All right, we'll let those sit. Set our wok down. Since I just kind of washed it, we'll let it boil out the water. Sounds like it's about ready. All right. It's still burning off some of that excess oil I put in it the other day. I'm in a high temperature oil here. There's our onion and our garlic. Let that cook for a second. Don't die from the fumes. Wacky, wacky, wacky. You know, even though it was cheap and the paint came off, after adding the oil back to it, it's fine. I would continue using it. All I ended up doing was putting it up on a high so that it basically burned it out, and then put oil in it. That's it. Carbon steel wok is the carbon steel wok, right? So we're gonna cook it till our chicken's done. And in the meantime, I'm gonna pack up our chicken for the freezer. I think next week we probably won't need to buy anything, even if I use meat. We got enough in the freezer to do just about anything. It's too good, must be censored. Hey, Puffhead. How you doing, Big Blue? That's kind of like censoring the food. Oh, I didn't even notice that. Okay, hold on. I gotta figure out what's causing that. Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. He's breaking everything. Our chicken's starting to get a little color. It's almost about half done.
Every 4 computers now have primary control of critical functions.
Probably a little more. Whew. Getting a little still a little toasty. All right, we're gonna cook the chicken till it's nearly done, and then add our soy sauce, oyster sauce, pepper, sugar, and our vegetables, and just mix everything in and cook it till the vegetables are soft. We don't want the chicken to be fully done. And I think we're right about that point now. Grab another spoon real quick. Gotta do this quickly. Soy sauce, sugar, pepper, and suddenly it takes on a completely different appearance. Now, normally I would also add in that bok choy cousin into this as well right now, but the bok choy that we have will cook in under a minute, so we don't want to put it in right now. So we're going to let that simmer for a minute or two. And luckily, the temperature in here is dropping pretty quick. Good. I am going to grab a ginger ale. So clean. This doesn't have any thickening agents in it, so it should be okay. It won't turn thick and burn on you. I think we're about ready. Trying to stay ahead of it tonight, but I'm not quite making it. All right, let's get these in here.
Right. Extra.
And we will toss our noodles in. Okay. It's a little much. I might, in fact, need to add a little more sauce. I think we're going to need some more sauce. Everyone. Okay, that's fine. Oh, wait a minute, not that one. Not done. I'm going to make a recommendation for this one.
Flight of the Early Discovery, and the shuttle has cleared the tower.
It needs more chicken. The amount that they gave was not enough.
Now have primary
But I never use it. When I do, I struggle to evenly cook things in it, so I just stick with a big frying pan. Yeah, I can understand that. I used to do that too. This wok is a recent addition. So there is our red curry with tofu, our vegetarian dish tonight. And there is our soup. Yep, they're starting to stick on the bottom, just barely. It's okay. I'll take care of that right now. And there's our noodles. Uh-oh. Where's my Pinot Grigio? Or Chardonnay? And there we go. Do a little deglazing. Don't worry though, the little bit of Chardonnay that I have won't go to waste. Tiny little bit. Okay. Well, here we are tonight. We have got ourselves some very nice seafood soup. This is our Tom Yum Goong, for those that came in later. We've got oyster mushrooms and very large prawns, or shrimp, whichever country you're from. Very tasty one. And we've got our new noodles here, our pad mi long, which looks very tasty. And of course our red curry with tofu. And we have a very nice set of dishes tonight. This looks great. And we still have quite a bit sitting on the side from the other bowl. The seafood part that's anti-chicken, well, I'm a lion, so I can have both. And beef and lamb. And zebra. So anyway, this is what we got tonight. I will post the 2 recipes as soon as possible. The other one, of course, is one that we've already done 100 times, but we've just improvised a little bit here and there and changed the ingredients a little bit here and there. So there's no real need for that one. Everything's in Discord. You're welcome to get it from Discord. If you want to join, you just need to let us know. You can use the link under the stream, and we'll let you in just as soon as we can. Seafood is heresy. Well, it's heresy for you. I love shrimp, and I do like fish, so you know that's me. Anyway, thank you for this. Oh, thank you for the sub, Frosticule. Didn't catch that earlier. I must have been cooking at the time. And Jindal, of course, and Dio, if you're here, and all of our different mods. Thank you so much for being here, and our bots, and of course, you all that are here for the recipes and to hang out with us. I really appreciate it, and I hope you all have a great weekend. Let's see if we can find somebody to raid, shall we? Okay, that looks kind of funny. That looks kind of funny. What are they doing? Fast food simulator, huh? Okay. Let's head on over and we'll see a friend of mine named Bitter Grim. And we will have a great evening, everybody. If you have my emotes, use them. If you don't, that's fine. Use whatever you got. We are going to head over and say hi to Bitter Grim. They are doing fast food simulator, apparently. Thank you, Windows. We'll just use our default here. If you have the emotes, use them, of course. If you don't, that's fine. You're welcome to cut and paste in chat. We're going to head over and say hi. So hang on and get some extra points. And y'all have a great evening and have a great night. And I will see you all Monday, probably. Bye now.